Today we're going to be attempting to walk across an entire country with no money, no phone and no map. We're currently in no man's land between Austria and Liechtenstein, and we're going to be attempting to walk from this border all the way to the south of Liechtenstein and cross into the Switzerland border.
I don't know how we've ended up here and how Ashley convinced me to do this, but what started off as a random conversation has turned into reality.
Basically, a couple of weeks ago I seen a YouTuber called Drew Blinsky walk across Liechtenstein, and he done it with no money, no phone and no map. And as it came up on my newsfeed, I turned to Kelsey and said, we've never been to Liechtenstein. And here we are. Look how incredible the scenery is to start off with. So if the whole of Liechtenstein is like this, we are in for a treat. It's around about 10:30, and before we left it said it was going to take about 6 or 7 hours.
And we are currently in Liechtenstein right now, so let's see what today brings.
So if you haven't heard of Liechtenstein before, it's the 6th smallest country in the world. It has a population of around 38,000 people, and it's a country that's nestled between Austria and Switzerland, surrounded by mountains and nature.
It did say it was meant to rain today, but as you can see, we're really lucky with the weather so far. It's not too warm, not too cold. Perfect weather to walk across country.
I'm not gonna lie, when I woke up this morning and it said it was supposed to be raining, I was kind of regretting the decision of deciding to walk across the country. But as Cassie said, it's perfect weather. We've come across our first issue. The pavement seems to finish.
Now which way do we go?
We are not going to walk down this road, we are going to detour and go this way. It is only the 6th smallest country in the world, so I feel like a few detours can't lead us that astray.
Oh, we'll be alright.
Backdrop is perfect for walking though. This is such a nice setting.
Which makes it so much more enjoyable. If this was like through a really busy city, I wouldn't be having such a good time. Before coming today, we read a few facts online about Liechtenstein, and these are my 3 favourite. The country actually has no airport, no army and no debt. How good's that?
Also, it's the 2nd least visited country in Europe. It's the only country in the world with 100% of its territory in the Alpine region, and 1/3 of the people here are millionaires, so everyone's really rich. I'm starting to think we should have stuck to the road because we've come to a bit where it's starting to get really muddy and it's going really far uphill. There was a path about 5 minutes ago taking us back to the road, so I think we're going to go back and head back to the road and go from there. We're not even an hour in and we're already backing on ourselves.
If we carry on like this, it might actually take us 7 hours.
Or even longer. Originally we came from this way. We did go that way for about 5 or 10 minutes, but we've come back. We're going to try and go this way. It does lead to the road, it looks like, and I think we're just going to try and stick to the roads. We don't really want to get lost in forests and head up mountains and stuff. Considering the country's in a mountainous region, I don't know why, but I was under the impression that this was going to be a flat, nice, easy walk.
It's not.
We are heading up over a hill. Should see where it takes us, hopefully the right direction.
Hopefully it goes down.
Hello. We're trying to get to Vaduz.
Vaduz, yeah.
This way, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've just met our first Liechtensteinian and he told us Vaduz is this way, so this is the way we're going.
Soon we go on the right way, we come to a road which is promising.
We're just entering a little town called Gamprin. But look at that view. That's insane. Look at these cows.
They're actually really cute.
They're literally on the side of this road as well, just there.
I think if I move, it'll move back at me.
Good to go.
Moo. No.
Got some little baby cows.
I really wish we were there.
We made it to like a main road, and this sign says Vaduz and Shan, and Vaduz is the capital and Shan is the biggest town, and they're both this way, and that's the way we want to go. I think they're about halfway down the country, so once we get there we know we're about halfway. Tell me what you think of Liechtenstein so far in one sentence.
I think it's a very lovely place with very, very nice houses.
My first impressions are it's extremely relaxing and very picturesque. I'm intrigued to see what Vaduz and Shan look like because so far we've only seen little villages. I'm actually curious to see how big it is and what it actually looks like compared to the rest of Liechtenstein, and how it compares to other cities we've been to in Europe, because I can imagine it's totally different.
We come across a cornfield and you can actually see inside. There is actually full sweet corn in it. How cool is that?
I don't know, would you eat it?
I don't know, you can eat sweet corn raw, right? There might be bugs in there though.
We're not that hungry now, but if we get hungry later, at least we know there's corn around, and lots of it. The blue skies have gone, the clouds have seemed to come out. It's crazy how quick the weather changes here. I really hope it doesn't start raining. Okay, we're just entering the town of Schaan, which is the biggest town here in Liechtenstein with about 6,000 population.
There's a lot more going on than what we've seen already. There's definitely a lot more people around.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest place. There's definitely more cars driving through. I was expecting a little bit more hustle and bustle, even though it's only 6,000 people. It's very nice though.
It is, lovely. This way.
It's just started to rain now, and as you can see behind me in the distance, there's really black clouds.
The rain's starting to get a little bit heavier. My legs are starting to hurt now. I'm not even halfway there yet, which probably isn't a good sign.
Since we don't have our phones, we don't have the concept of the time, so I'm going to head in here and just ask what the time is. Hiya, excuse me. Do you have the time at all?
13:54.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So it's 2 o'clock, which means we've been walking for 3.5 hours now, and we've just made it to the centre. We were hoping it would only take us about 2.5 hours, but we're behind schedule by quite a bit. Probably because we're filming a lot. But it does look as if we made it to the centre of Vaduz now. There's a lot more shops, a lot more people around. It's actually quite busy. It's actually a lot busier here than I was expecting it to be.
Similar thing, or something on.
Seems to be like a massive food hall, and there's a full-on brass band here.
This is so cool. There's a bunch of different like food stalls all the way around. The fact that we're doing this with no money makes me want to cry.
The food in here smells absolutely lovely, but we've got a challenge to complete. Seems to be like a youth competition going on down here as well. The whole of the city centre has been taken up by brass bands. This is the third brass band we've seen in about 100 metres. On another note, the weather's definitely changing for the worst. It's raining loads.
A wind has come from somewhere.
And we need to leave the capital and head further south. Hopefully the weather changes because it's not looking good. I don't know if you can see, but up on the hill just over here is Medus Castle, and the prince actually lives in the castle still to this day. So it's not open for visitors, so we can't go up and check it out. But I think you can take guided tours, and I think once a year, doesn't he open it up?
Yeah, on Liechtenstein Day, he opens it up and there's like a big event happening in this whole
Like a
place.
big party in his garden. Class. We're going to be leaving Vaduz now and heading further south. It's time to get this challenge done. Hopefully the rain lets off as well.
Let's hope.
The rain is really starting to come down heavy now, and we can't even see this mountain that we could see probably about 2 minutes ago. I think I've got some stones in my shoe. My feet are really starting to hurt. No, my feet are I don't really know what I was expecting Liechtenstein to look like, but it's basically just one long valley with one main road going straight through, with just villages coming off. It's definitely somewhere you'd come if you love hiking, because it is just surrounded by mountains. When I said the weather changes quickly in Liechtenstein, look how bright the mountains are over there. That's where it was chucking it down a second ago and you couldn't even see them because of the clouds. And the way we're heading looks a bit darker. Since we come down the hill from the first town that we've got to, it's been a flat walk pretty much all the way. And I hope it stays this way because it's going to be a nice easy finish. The rain has started again, we've got nowhere to take cover, and it's definitely the heaviest that it's rained this entire day. It is absolutely chucking it down.
I don't think we've got long to go though.
So the last town, Bolzers, I think is another hour walk to the border. So we're going to get a move on and try and get there.
No, I said I thought it would be funny to rain.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Sargans is in Switzerland, and that's where we need to go. Yay! It should just be down here, I think. We can see the sign in the distance, and there's these two Liechtenstein flags here, two Swiss flags at the end of the bridge. Liechtenstein, Switzerland.
And we have walked across the country!
We've left Liechtenstein.
And we have Switzerland!
And we made it to Switzerland. The challenge complete. We have officially finished walking the length of the country, which is incredible. We're heading to the train station now. We just thought we'd say a few things. I thought it was going to be a much more exciting journey than it ended up being. When in reality, my legs are aching, I'm soaking wet, and I'm just starving.
I feel like I went through a bit of a roller coaster of emotions. Started off, it was all exciting, I was ready, the sun was shining. Then we took a wrong turn and I thought, this is probably not going to go very well. Then it was a long stretch towards the capital, which was very long, and my legs started to ache a little bit. We got to the capital, good vibes. I felt like a bounce of energy. It was awesome. Bands were playing, it was all dancing, it was all fun. And then it was the come down. I came off the roller coaster all the way down. I realised that I had to do the same journey I just did all again.
The weather seemed to turn just like that during the day, but after leaving the capital it was absolutely hammering down and we got absolutely drenched all the way to the end. It was such a good sight seeing the end line, seeing that bridge and that Swiss flag on the end.
My legs don't feel like my own, they're aching, but we walked across the country. What can say that?
I know it was a bit of a random one, but we'd highly recommend doing it, especially if you haven't been to Liechtenstein.
Yeah, it was a good way to see Liechtenstein too. I bet people normally just go to the capital. We got to see it all.
We literally seen it from the furthest point north to the furthest point south. Final impressions of Liechtenstein, it is absolutely a beautiful country. There's so much good scenery along the way.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. It didn't even look real.
And the capital was just full of energy, I thought.
Oh, it was so much fun. I wish we could have stayed.
We have got a train to catch. We've got some plans on some good videos coming out in the future, near future.
Thanks for joining us walking across the country. It's been fun.
And we'll see you in the next one.